All right, everybody, it's early October, and we are on the Fastlane 2, checks notes, Indianapolis, Indiana. Well, that's a depressing as fuck sentence, but as for the card, let's talk about what could happen, shall we? I'm John Rentham with my WWE Fastlane 2023 predictions. Let me know your predictions in the comments, please. In all seriousness, Indianapolis and Indiana as a whole, rich history when it comes to professional wrestling. Google it, kids. That's how you're going to find out your stuff. No going to the goddamn library somewhere in Indiana, I assume they have them, and saying, I want to know more about Indiana wrestling history. Indiana wants me. And then the librarian says, we're closed, sir. We're going to call the police. Not that I speak from experience, but nevertheless, I am recording these on early Wednesday afternoon. So excuse me for not having the clairvoyance to see anything that could possibly be added by Saturday morning or evening. Hell, they could add a couple kickoff matches for some goddamn reason. But yeah, 5 matches. 5 fucking matches have been announced. And while I think that the wrestling quality will be pretty good, I understand not wanting to overload the goddamn thing and have 10 goddamn matches, but there's a happy medium. If this show's going to go 3 fucking hours, that means we're going to have packages and then the entrances and then the match. And a couple of them will probably go twice as long as they need to. And then more packages and more backstage stuff and everything. And there's a way to have 7 matches and have it go 3 hours and keep the pace up. That being said, this really is a B show. So let's talk about the card. I don't know what the match order is because, again, I am not able to see into the fucking future. So let's go with Judgment Day. Priest and Balor, unless Balor is still injured, and they have Dominic sub, but I think it's going to be Priest and Balor against Cody and Jay for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships of the Worldwide Universe and Alternate Universes. I think it's probably going to be Judgment Day. They're going to find a way to do a big old schmoz and everything, because giving the titles to Cody and Jay would just be weird. I mean, I guess it would be a way for Cody to do something, but they'll have a way to have, like, I don't know, JD McDonough, Dominic, various people interfere, and maybe they'll have a DQ, maybe they'll just have one of these guys take the pin, but it'd be a bit weird to have Cody take the pin. I mean, they could have Jay take the goddamn pin because I think he's Teflon at this point. It'd be a way for maybe him to take the bullet, so to speak, for Cody and take the fall. That's probably what they'll do. One way or another, Judgment Day is going to leave with the tag titles. And then Rey, Santos, and, well, it's either Wild or Cruz or possibly Carlito, because apparently Carlito has been signed to WWE for the last few months. So why not have him show up? I mean, it would be something to boost interest in this card. So they're taking on the Almighty Profits. Lashley and the Street Profits. The Almighty Profits will get the victory. I think we're going to get more tension between Rey and Santos. And even if they do somehow add Carlito last minute, it would make sense for the Almighty Profits to get the victory. Rey could take the fall because even though he's a U.S. champion, a loss would just wash right off him. I mean, it would not stick to him at all. But Almighty Profits need the victory. They absolutely need to establish themselves as at least a faction on the rise. So we then get Io, Asuka, and Charlotte in a 3-way for the WWE Women's Championship. Io's going to retain and Asuka's going to take the pin. We can't have Charlotte take the pin because that would take a little bit of steam off of her and would actually make it seem like the women's division is moving on to somebody good. And even though Charlotte is good in the ring, she's boring and I'm tired of her. Cena and LA Knight, taking on Jim Uso and Solo. Now, this one honestly is pretty hard to call, because Jim Uso and Solo could win, but then what do you do? Jim Uso could take the fall. In fact, I think he probably should. Cena and LA Knight gain the victory would just drive more, of a wedge with this whole bloodline thing that really has just gotten so fucking stale. It's gotten to the point where I just don't even want to fucking watch it anymore. I think, Jim Uso taking the pin and then Roman eventually coming back and just destroying Jim Uso is the way to go. So him taking the fall makes sense. Plus, it gives LA Knight a big win, and he gets Cena's rub. Stop thinking about it. I know you're thinking about it. Nameless person, stop it. Get some help. So, we then get Seth Pheasant Rollins against Nakamura in a last man standing match for the world title. Rollins will win, and then Priest will cash in. So it's entirely also possible that Priest and Balor could lose the tag titles, and Priest could cash in and, still end up with a championship. But I think making him a double champion would almost make a little bit more sense, because then it would make Judgment Day even more dominant, because that's what we need, is more Judgment Day on all the programs. So yeah, Priest is cashing in one way or another, and he is going to cement himself as Senior Champion in the Bank. That's not how that works. And that's really all I have to say right there. They could add a Raw women's match if they want to. I don't know why. Becky's currently out. She's the NXT champion. I don't want to see Nia Jax anywhere near a pay-per-view card. She doesn't even deserve to be anywhere near wrestling. Rhea, I don't really know what you do with her. It's going to involve a lot of long matches that go longer than they need to. I'm a little bit worried. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad card, and it'll probably be an easy show to review. And if they add a couple last-minute matches, maybe I'll add a comment with my predictions there. Those are the predictions. Let me know your predictions in the comments. Please like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.